Welcome in the fifth section of our course. In this section, we'll be looking at the topic of social network friend recommendation. So we will try to build an engine that will give us a recommendation about friends, with which we can be friends together. So in this section, we'll be looking how to represent a graph, because we'll be using a graph data structure to leverage the Spark GraphX API and to find out relationship between friends. We'll be constructing graph using GraphX API and learning that API throughout this section. Also, we'll be performing graph operations to achieve our goal. And at the end, we'll build a recommendation friend engine and we'll be leveraging PageRank algorithm. That algorithm is implemented in the GraphX API for us. And this is a first video. We will be looking at the finding common friends problem and graph approach. So we will be learning what a GraphX is, and also we will be trying to figure out how to leverage graph structure to solve our problem. So we'll see what a graph is and what the edge is. Also we'll see what a vertex is and how those concepts relate to GraphX API. In computer science, a graph is an abstract data type that is meant to implement the unidirected graph and directed graph concepts from mathematics, especially the field of graph theory. A graph data structure consists of an finite set of vertices or nodes or points, together with a set of unordered pairs of these vertices for an undirected graph or a set of ordered pairs for a directed graph. These pairs are known as an edges, arcs or lines for a unidirected graph and as an arrows, directed edges or directed arcs or directed lines for the directed graph. The vertices might be part of the graph structure or might be external entities represented by the integer indices or references. A graph data structure may also associate to each edge some edge value, such as symbolic label or a numeric attribute like cost, capacity, length or something like this. So there's a lot of sites on website that are leveraging graph. For example, in social network. Whole social network on, for example, Facebook or Google Plus could be represented as a graph, because I can have a friend and that friend has a lot of different friends. So we can construct a graph and then steps in that graph, the length between me and some friend of my friend could be used to predict if that friend could be suggested as my friend. So we can leverage that property to use graph and build our reco engine. So let's see what steps does look like to achieve our goal. So firstly, we need to load data into Spark, then we need to create vertices and edges of graph in GraphX. The last step is using GraphX API to perform various data analytics tasks, and we'll be doing all those steps in this section.